Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm 46 years old. I'm from Bradenton, Florida. From the time I was 12 years old, I started doing drugs, and at first it was just a way to fit in and be cool. And then, one thing escalated to the next, and then it became a need and a want, and then it became my lifestyle. Drugs took me down a long, hard path, in and out of jails and prisons, and I was on the wrong path, and I didn't know about, there's a salvation out there. I started to get labels on me as being a homeless drug addict, and the worst thing was I started to believe, that's what I had become, that's what I was always gonna be. I've tried NA. You walk into NA, you already automatically label yourself as an addict. But thankfully with Jesus Christ, He takes them labels off. The whole time I was out there, I thought that I was the only one, I was the only person that I was hurting, but in all reality, everybody around me was suffering. My family was watching me go down a long, dark road. They wanted better for me, and they didn't know how to help me. He can change you where it all counts, in the heart, where that void, that I was trying to fill with the drugs. I've tried to run from my addiction. My mom, I get out of prison one time, or jail actually this time, and my mom was like, you're clean and sober, come to Tennessee and try to make a change. At first, it was sounded like a great idea, so I jumped on the first bus, to Tennessee, and trying to run from my addiction, and I soon found out that I wasn't just running from my addiction, I was running from myself. And no matter where you go, there you are. So I figured that out, and I get up there, and because of my record, I got like 30 felonies in Florida. I got caught with some drugs and went to jail in Tennessee. They offered me 30 years. That was the first time in my life that I was scared to death. I was like, I'm never gonna see the light of day again. They said that I was a career criminal, a menace to society. In all reality, I probably was. And sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom to realize that you need a change, that you need something different. God will send people in your path that can change your life in an instant. I was in there, and a pastor that used to come into the jails every Monday morning, he would come in, man, and this guy was glowing, and he would say, come get the good news. At first, I wasn't ready to receive, the good news. I still had the self-pity and the hatred in my heart and about what I had done to myself. I was blaming everybody for my mistakes. Eventually, thankfully, that guy was persistent. And every Monday morning, he'd come in and say the same thing, come get the good news. And eventually, I was like, man, I need some good news. So I went in there and heard what he had to say, and he said, son, if you surrender your life to Jesus Christ, you can be more free behind these walls than most people are on the street. He was right. So I surrendered my life to Jesus Christ. He made a way for me to be able to come to loving hands. I'm thankful for this place because, it talks about Saul on his way to Damascus. Before he came Paul, it was about, he had to be blinded. My whole time out there in my addiction, it was always me, and then I always was like thinking to myself, why me? Why did I have to become this homeless drug addict? And now I know, because now I can use all the things that I've been through to glorify God, and I can give people hope and assist for the people that are in the situation that I am. Hey, there's a way out. I have graduated Loving Hands Ministries, and I serve at the local church down the street, and I get to go, they have a homeless, they serve food to the homeless, and I get to go down there and I get to speak life over these people, and I get to tell them that it's not too late. There is a way out. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to become comfortable with this, And so I have become an inspiration to my family, my sisters, and they have watched me destroy everything that I've touched my whole life. And I was actually, a couple months ago, I was sitting on my sister's porch drinking a cup of coffee with her, and she told me I was an inspiration to her, and she's thankful that I got to come here, and now I'm being a light to my family and everybody around me. And so, yeah, Jesus Christ, man, has helped me save my life.